Hey everyone,
Hi, yes.
welcome to another exciting episode
Oh,
of
feel it real fun.
Feel It Real Fun, or
27th of October 2021. Is this a memorable day or is it in 2 days' time? And the title of today's show is Neville Goddard and PTSD. Oh, guess that's why we're doing today's show today.
yes,
How to use the law of assumption for healing.
this is good.
Okay, and 20 said it's my life.
That's
Yep. So go to freeneville.com, subscribe to the 221 email list, and get a pseudo random email every single day from 20 until you die or he does. Yep.
yeah. Odds are you're first.
Yeah.
Oh, let's share.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Why not?
Half a donut, cheap ass cup of coffee.
Yao Mao,
You know how it goes.
Maja.
30 days of fun. No, 90 days. What am I talking about?
Well, you're all excited about Triple D too.
I know. So, what's the triple D bit, babe?
Triple D. The doors are open. Most of the seats are gone. Yada yada.
DreamDrivenDay.com. Yes.
DreamDrivenDay.com.
Yes.
Sign up. Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's that whole anything.
That whole...
Alessandra is listening to the Prosperity Pact with Grant on lesson 26.
Oh, nice.
That's one of my 59 favorites.
One of them.
Yes.
Or do you mean one of the sneaky 60?
That's true. The
That's
sneaky
true.
60. Boom. Look at those hairs, man.
And
wow.
for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com. And I like how you said yesterday where you can find this show later today. With professional edits from the Vic and the Toria.
That's right. She's awesome.
Yes. Okay, so how are we diving in with this, babe?
I want you guys to know why we do
what we do.
So it was 32 years ago. I was 23. Look at that numbers. How cool
Look
is
how
that?
old you are.
Yeah, look at that. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a long time ago.
Long time ago. And that's the day I went to work. I was a prison guard. I had been working almost 4 months. And that's when I got beat to death. I'm happy about that. You know, I was on a call a little bit ago where I was sharing some stuff where, see, before that I was a cop. I was a part-time cop in 3 departments. It was the only way to make a living because I wasn't military, I didn't have tits, and I wasn't black. At least that's what I felt at the time. That's what the story was too. If you were military, had tits, and were black, they would throw a cop job at you. But I was white, you know. I was not military, and I didn't have boobs. So I got a little bit of them now, according to Gaza. Right? Love you, pal.
Bit of padding.
Yeah. She likes grabbing them. So I was 23 years old when I found myself in a riot that was pretty much dictated by race and ideology, and I was 4 months on the job. You know,
You're a newbie.
I was a newbie. I was a rookie, and we had like 2,600 inmates in a prison designed for something like 1,800. It was a powder keg, and that was a bad day at work. Now, some people, when I talk about this, I mentioned the whole what they call near-death experience thing, which the name is a fucking joke.
The tunnel of light and all of that.
Yeah, because dead's dead. When you get the shit kicked, when you die, you literally do get the shit kicked out of you, right? You know, like there's nothing left to keep it in, right? And literally, I can definitely tell you, I imagine some things that had me hashtag bad day at work. Thanks, Tony Doyle.
Yeah.
So literally, I imagined some things that got me back here, and there's some valuable lessons. I'll let Victoria read a Neville Goddard quote, and I'll get to some of those because this is really important, you know. Because like I'm happy whenever y'all get to have the fun things go on. I'm big into fun. We call the show "Feel It Real Fun" for a reason. But I want you to get the reason behind why we do what we do. So
I'd love to know, like, maybe I can ask you after this, but like, so what? Because I know you literally were beat to death.
Right.
That you really did die.
right,
Physically, not just like in a philosophical type way.
Yep.
Because we've talked about this. So what did you? Because that happened once to me in my life. It's not the Me Too Club. What I'm getting at is, and not beat to death. I hit my head on the bottom of the pool. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was paralysed basically.
Yep.
And I remember lying there, floating upside down, and just staring. So I was still alive, but it was like, I guess that's it then. It was just like, because I knew I couldn't do anything to save myself. And then my brother came and like pulled me out. But it was like, for about a minute, I realised that's it. You know?
and something was imagined and had you reactivate. The cool thing is, and there's a good lesson there. Nothing you can do. Right?
Yeah.
When you get the shit kicked out of you, whenever you're paralyzed and the body's not responsive to you anymore, there's nothing physical you can do. There's nothing mental you can do. You can imagine something. I imagined some things, and re-entry. Was not pleased, but
in pain, I guess.
yeah, ouch
After getting,
and stink. Just
So just so I also know. So did your life go flashing before your eyes?
yeah,
your
there was some
entire
of that
life
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
lots of scenery, light tunnel, people, love, all that crap. But here's the big thing, and a lot of people want to make a big deal about that. I'm more concerned with life. What happens after you die. I'm curious about how you live, because how you live determines, what you'll experience after. But,
And I hear that a lot. I will do Neville's
me.
quote in 1 second, but I hear that a lot where people who have had these sorts of experience do have DDDs. It's like they wake up to what life is like. It's like, fuck, excuse me, but this is it. Like, I've been given. It's almost like not a second chance, but do you know what I mean? I'm living full out. That's almost what comes after that.
Done dicking around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so the Neville quote for today is:
All right.
if you take this technique and you try it consciously, for here I am appealing not to the positive mind.
Passive.
Oh, sorry, not to the passive mind that passively surrenders to appearances. I am appealing to the Christ in you, which is the active conscious use of your lovely imagination.
Cool. That's good for that. So passive or active? Passive imagining, like really just accepting this is the way it is, right?
Yeah, just letting it happen.
Just letting it happen, right? On the other hand, actively imagining, deciding, like choosing something. I'm really big on choice. I'm just so massively big on choice. As I continue to just notice, what are my core values? My number one core value appears to be choice. I just want people to choose, and I want them to know they can choose, and I want them to know where they can choose. And like Neville says, you can choose the state you choose to inhabit. Once you do that, the state takes care of the rest. But cool. Grab that second one, and then I'll dive back in with some good stuff.
So when you sit down and you predetermine what you want to hear, and you listen until you hear it, and you refuse to hear anything other than that, then you are using the one power in the world that awakens a man, and you are using your lovely imagination, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory.
Alrighty. So this stuff, it from what I can tell, it knows no bounds. Now that doesn't mean I can make her mine, or that I'm going to turn into a helicopter or something like that. But this knows no bounds. Yeah, you came here to know imagination, who you are, how this works. Neville says what you are is the power, wisdom, and love of God. And when you really start to get that, uh, I want to show you how this works. Good morning, Keith. So I got a friend.
What is this?
Look at that.
Oh.
It's a pillowcase. Alrighty. And this is what I wore for the better part of 12 hours. And there they are. These things are zip ties. I almost lost my hands to these. They bound them so tight that the circulation was cut off. And so I got to tell you something. So they took these off because my elbows were pretty much incapacitated. Kept the hood on all night though. But there's something about whenever you let the old man die. I can tell you, taking the hood off, it was a whole new experience. Yeah. You need to take the hood off. You need to stop trying to look through the old eyes, looking for what you want, and start seeing from what you choose to be. I chose to be alive here, and I'm here with them.
Oh, is that a tootie toot for a delivery?
Don't know.
Hang on half a second, you guys.
Good deal
Hold
with
that.
At least kick the dog out.
Yeah, all right,
Dog.
then, Matt.
To take the hood off. We'll wait for the dog.
Hang on, I think it's all right. It's all gone. You go out and have a look at this.
Yeah, go out and find your brother. Later. Bye, Emma. Cool. Now, here's the thing. Ready? When I first started this mission, call it a mission, ministry, call it a business, whatever the fuck you want to call it, project. Are you coming back?
I am. Taking the long round.
What are you doing? Getting a drink?
No, just checking out the drive.
Kadra says he can smell Joe Weldon. Cool. So, where was I, Victoria?
You were telling about the hood,
you got to take the hood off.
And yeah, you got to take the hood off.
You really got to stop dicking around. You just at the end of the day, you can keep looking, for what you want, looking at what you want, or you can sing from who you choose to be. And you really, really, really got to do that. You got to draw a line in the sand. You've got to be willing to let the old you die. Part 2. October 26th, 2010. I flew to Australia. I met her. October 26, 1989, I went to work, got the shit kicked out of me, right? October 26, 2010, I flew to Australia and met her. I flew to a little prison island.
Yeah,
I love the
years ago.
I still are if you're one of the great unwashed.
Yeah.
I find the ironies fascinating. I don't look for signs, but when I just notice patterns, I find them utterly fascinating, right? I came here doing a little work mission, met her, here we are, whole new life. When I started, this is what I wanted to say earlier. I almost didn't want to talk about this at all, ever, when we started this mission up. Because there's so many people that think you have to hit bottom before you can rise up. In Dream Driven Day, crass commercial, right? One of the things we explore is the fable of Jumping Mouse, which I put together in a book, and my friend Chris helped me edit really, really well. And in Jumping Mouse, one of the lessons in there, this is a sneaky one. Remember, I'm into sneaky fucking lessons. In Jumping Mouse crouches really low so he can jump really high. So he can see the sacred mountains. It's totally different than hitting bottom. Hitting bottom sounds like something's outside of your control. When I notice most people get hooked on hitting bottom, they have to keep hitting lower and lower bottoms. On the other hand, when you voluntarily crouch low so you can jump high, Me being a prison guard was a fucking stretch, but I get that played its part so that I can do what I chose to do while I'm here. Me flying around the world, that was a stretch, right? But look what I got, you know? So I'm going to give Victoria another Neville quote.
Another Neville quote.
And we'll see if anybody has any questions.
So Neville says, no matter what you hear of anyone, have no ears to hear it unless it is something lovely. For they are only discussing a state, and they are keeping that being in a state. Don't listen. Pull everyone out, but don't forget to pull yourself out.
So I don't want people thinking that you need to crash before you can fly. You can crouch, you can fly at any time. So just to get that prior point clear. This here about pulling yourself out, I went to this thing called therapy. I took one fucking pill. It was called amitriptyline. That was a nice experience. I was in a room and I just thought of killing every goddamn person in the room. And I realized drugs aren't for me, right? Not a fan. Might be for you, not for me. On the other hand, pull yourself out. Pull yourself out. You notice what they say here? Don't have any ears to listen. I have nothing wrong with therapy. I have nothing against therapy, drugs. I don't even have anything against allopathic medicine. Everything has its purpose. But I don't have, what I have absolutely no use for is, let's sit around and talk about your problems for 7 goddamn years. Yeah, I have a friend who was a really wonderful psychotherapist, and he was like Bob Newhart. He got to the point where he just told people to shut up, right? Stop it. Yeah. He'd imagine lovingly for him and just tell him to stop it. And those are the best years of his life. But have no ears to hear. And that means don't listen to your own inner arguments about why you gotta wait. Don't listen to your own inner arguments. I mean, I was putting off, think about this, I had a plan, right? I love the wisdom of man. We talk about this in Remarkable. Somebody share this there. So the wisdom of man had me go, right, I'm working 3 police departments part-time, 6 to 60 hours a week. Yo, rich. So here's a good decision. I'll go get hired by the Department of Corrections, work there for 10 years, lock in a pension, come back out, and use that experience to help me get a good cop job, right? Things didn't work out as planned, right? That was the wisdom of man. The wisdom of God, on the other hand, I'd always imagined teaching. Tony, hey, buddy. Nice to see you. So,
wisdom of man.
Yep, the wisdom of man. So, another stray thought, kind of. And one more. One of the Remarkable folks and I were talking about this. What man intended for evil, God intended for good. Right? That served me. Anything in your life can serve you if you choose to let it. Right? Everything is a bridge or an end. Don't let anything be an end that you don't want.
Cool.
So, I think it's about what I got. So I probably worked at least 7 goodie bits in here. I hope so. And like I said, the big thing is I want you to know, why do we do what we do? You know, my life was hell. PTSD is the imagination 100% out of control, right? There were things I didn't like in the old days. Chainsaw, the smell of fire, OH-58 helicopters, and at one point, black people, especially if they're wearing brown clothing, not a fan. Anything government, including radios. So I've come a long way with most of those things. Yep, not a fan of government still, but that's me. But anyway, I think that's about good.
Okay.
So this is why we do what we do. Okay? When you're done, be done. So, Victoria?
Okay.
By the way, any questions? Anything you want to toss in? You know, ask about?
No, I pointed a lot of my questions at the beginning. Sorry.
All right. You don't have to be sorry.
I don't know if anyone else in the listening audience has.
Doobie doobie doo, bop bop bop.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so what we want to know is tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits?
All right, Victoria.
I think for all of it, it's like what we're exploring in Remarkably Honourable and Dignified. We can take experiences like what you had, and it could ruin your life. It could
Totally.
You could be institutionalized now, or we could be honourable and dignified, but like in a loving way, and just like I don't choose that.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me is my strawberry bit, to see what you've come to from those 30. How long ago? 32.
30 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So that's my hashtag strawberry bit. What about you?
Just having the opportunity to share. We've got a lot of lovely people here showing up today.
Yeah.
And a crass commercial for dreamdrivenday.com. Sign up. By the way, you guys that are in Dream Driven Day have done it or are doing it again. Just notice how it all fits in. The power of rejection, being able to say no, stretching, soaring, crouching low, jumping high. Here we go. I'll tie jumping mouse in because I already did. We could say I hit bottom then. I was nowhere near bottom then, right? Bottom continued. I continued to skid after that for a little while. But also at the same time, I got to notice I'm crouching low. I set up Camp Hill. I set up the hell that I lived in afterwards. I set it up. I crouched low. As long as I went, I'm a victim. Yeah, I was a victim. I was hitting bottom. Every time I asserted I was a victim, I hit bottom. Every time that I declared that I'm crouching low and jumping high, I got to go, oh, look at me. Crouch and... So, Rich Creel, we're all brothers in eternal love. Boom, buddy. Alrighty.
What is that? A Star Trek or something? Sorry, Rich.
End of line.
End of line, that's right. Okay.
All right.
So, that was our hashtag strawberry bits. While you type in yours,
Visit.
go to freeneville.com.
Yeah, go there, do that. 221 pseudo.
Random goodness.
That is the rightness.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
End of line.
Dream Driven Day. Doors are officially open for November 8th.
Yeah, they'll be closing soon, though. And this is not that whole thing of false scarcity or something. We only can work with like 30 people in that 30-day program.
Yeah, because we want it more personalised. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you want in, you can do it come next February, March-ish, something like that. We'll kick it off again, or you can do it now. With me. Looking like this.
Yeah, I don't look at you. For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Yes.
Okay, darling.
You're
All
my,
right.
You're my big strawberry bit, Victoria.
Oh, thank you, babe.
I got to meet her.
So thanks for joining in today. No show tomorrow. It's Joe's fault.
That's right.
So we'll catch us on Friday for your manifesting questions answered live.
That's right. Maybe we'll have more than 4.
Maybe you have more than 4.
Yeah, we had 4 questions last week.
Oh, I know.
That was a fast show. It's
Maybe
like,
actually, if you've got any questions, that'd be ace.
Start sending them. Right?
Yeah, like even from today's show, like if they didn't
totally.
get them up about when you
email
call
them. Don't put them here. We won't see them.
No,
we'll check back in on the comments, but we
email 20 and we can maybe add them in for Friday.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Have a lovely day, gang.
Thank you. See